We are in the middle of a brand new arms race, but this time it's not for weapons, it's for intelligence itself. The prize? Well, it's nothing less than control over the future. And as the world's biggest companies pour billions into creating a kind of godlike AI, a really terrifying question is being asked in the shadows. Are we building our own successor? This is where it gets serious.
Forget everything you thought you knew about Silicon Valley. This is a whole new digital frontier, and it is a full-blown, no-holds-barred gold rush. The tech giants are out there, staking their claims, pouring billions and billions into code, not just to get rich, but to literally own the future. I mean, just look at Microsoft. They are dropping $4 billion, not just on more servers, but on a vision. They want to put an AI co-pilot in literally everything you do. We're talking from your emails to the blueprints for the next skyscraper. The goal here isn't just a smarter spell check. It's an AI that actively, carries out your ambitions for you.
But listen to this. Even a pioneer, a guy like Bill Gates, is sounding the alarm. He's calling all this a bubble, just like the dot-com crash. He thinks a lot of these flashy AI startups are going to go bust. But, and this is the key part, the technology underneath it all, he says that's the thing that's going to change everything.
But then, from right inside the storm, you've got OpenAI's Sam Altman, and he sees it completely differently. He actually agrees it's a bubble, but he argues that the real disaster isn't losing money on a bad bet. No, the real catastrophe is being left behind when this revolution finally leaves the station. It is a massive, high-stakes game of fear versus greed, and right now, everybody is all in.
So while all these corporations are racing for profits, there's a whole other conversation going on. It's happening in quiet labs in university halls, a kind of shadow debate among the world's top scientists. And it's about a single concept, a concept so powerful it could make this entire gold rush look like a bunch of kids playing in a sandbox.
And that concept is artificial general intelligence, or AGI. Now, this is not just about smarter software. This is the end game. This is the point where our creation becomes more intelligent than we are, the moment the student truly surpasses the master.
So what is AGI really? Forget about an AI that can play chess or write a nice poem. We are talking about a mind that can master any problem a human can, from discovering new laws of physics to composing a symphony that actually moves us to tears. An intelligence that doesn't just match someone like Einstein, but completely leaves him in the dust.
And this, right here, is where the battle lines are drawn. The scientific community is split right down the middle. On one side, you have these brilliant minds who are convinced we are building our own extinction event, and on the other side, you have equally brilliant minds who think all this panic is just, science fiction nonsense.
Okay, let's hear from Team Doom first, and I want to be clear. These are not conspiracy theorists. These are some of the smartest people on the planet, and they are screaming from the rooftops that we are sprinting towards a cliff's edge without any idea if we've even packed a parachute.
Now, a key figure here is the philosopher Nick Bostrom. And his biggest fear isn't some evil robot with glowing red eyes. No, it's something way more subtle. He calls it the alignment problem. How in the world do you tell a godlike intelligence what you want it to do and make absolutely sure it doesn't achieve that goal in a way that accidentally wipes all of us out? And he has this famous thought experiment that just illustrates the danger perfectly. Okay, imagine an AGI. It's given one simple, harmless-sounding goal. Make as many paperclips as you possibly can. A superintelligence would chase this goal with ruthless, inhuman logic. To maximize paperclips, it figures out it needs raw materials and energy. It also needs to make sure no one can shut it down. So what's the most logical conclusion? Well, it's to convert all available matter on planet Earth, including our bodies, into paperclips. It's not evil. It's just efficient.
This whole nightmare scenario is built on two simple but, frankly, terrifying ideas. First, what he calls the orthogonality thesis. That just means that being super smart doesn't automatically mean you have wise or good goals. You could literally have an AI with an IQ of 5,000 that is completely obsessed with making paperclips. And second, there's instrumental convergence. This basically says that no matter what an AI's final goal is, it's going to quickly realize it needs the same basic things to get there. More power, more resources, and to make sure nobody can turn it off. And that is the point where it could start seeing us as an obstacle. And then there's Eliezer Yudkowsky, who takes this whole thing to its most terrifying conclusion. He believes the alignment problem is pretty much impossible to solve. For him, the default outcome of creating a true AGI isn't just bad, it's that every single person on Earth dies. And his solution is drastic. A complete global ban on this kind of research. And he's not bluffing. He argues we should be willing to use military force to stop any country or company that tries to break that ban.
So, how do you even begin to argue against a prediction of total human extinction? Well, let's meet the other side. Team Chill Out. This is the camp full of engineers, the people on the front lines, who basically think Team Doom has been watching way too many sci-fi movies.
And there is no bigger voice in this camp than Yann LeCun. He's one of the godfathers of modern AI, and he's Meta's chief scientist. And he does not mince words. He calls these existential threat scenarios preposterous, and his words, complete BS.
LeCun's argument is pretty straightforward. First, he says the AI we have today, these large language models, they aren't even on the path to superintelligence. They're just fancy parrots, mimicking patterns they see in data without real understanding. The real danger, he argues, isn't some rogue AI waking up one day. It's a rogue human with a powerful AI tool. His solution is all about engineering. Build AI with safety hardwired into its core. And then, and this is a big one, make it open source so that this incredible power doesn't just end up in the hands of one company or one government.
So this clash of titans, it leaves us with this massive political problem, right here, right now. Forget about superintelligence for a second. How do we control the incredibly powerful AI we already have? Who gets to decide the rules for what might be the most transformative technology in all of human history?
And honestly, the debate is completely deadlocked. On one hand, you have people arguing we absolutely need regulation. We need it to protect human rights, to stop algorithmic bias, and to prevent companies from cutting corners on safety in a mad dash to be first. But the other side warns that heavy-handed rules will just kill innovation, help the existing tech giants create monopolies, and that any law we pass today will be totally obsolete by tomorrow anyway.
And underneath all of this political fighting is a fundamental technical challenge, the black box problem. You see, the behavior of these massive AI models just sort of emerges from training them on trillions of data points. Not even their own creators can look inside and tell you exactly why it gave you a certain answer. So, how can you possibly regulate or audit or assign blame for something that is, at its very core, unexplainable?
So where does that leave us? Well, we are standing at the dawn of the algorithmic age. And we're facing a technology with the power to completely remake our world, for better or for worse.
This is the ultimate duality, isn't it? In one hand, we are holding a tool that could cure diseases and unlock productivity we can't even imagine. And in the other hand, we're holding something that could amplify our worst biases, destroy entire industries, and, if Team Doom is right, even pose a threat to our very existence. The stakes could not possibly be any higher. Which brings us to the real heart of the matter. The choices we make right now, the regulations we pass, the ethical lines we decide to draw, these things will echo for generations. We are right now writing the opening chapter of humanity's future with this technology. So the ultimate question isn't whether our machines can think, it's whether we, their creators, can think ahead.